Hello everyone, myself Deepak Gupta, logging on this platform of College Dekho Learn, our exclusive YouTube channel for college students. And today we will take up the topic of payment of wages to the productive labor. That is, we have direct labor as one of the key constituents of prime cost. So this direct labor cost is one of the key constituents of prime cost, which denotes the productive wages which have been paid to those workers who are directly involved in the conversion of raw material into the finished goods, that is the product of the business. And when this productive wage or the direct labor is paid to the worker, there has to be certain basis, that is how that wage is to be calculated. So normally when we pay the wage, we pay as per the work, that is how much work has been done by the worker. For that the labor is paid. We use the word non-incentive methods, but that in itself the name suggests that is that it is quite demotivating. So to keep up with the pace of motivation in the workers so that there is more efficiency which should result in better quality and more productivity of the product, more and more organizations are looking to pay as per the incentive methods of labor payment. Now, this incentive payment they effectively increase the rate per hour. The rate per hour or the rate of the labor, rate of wages, जो wages जिस बेसिस पे पे की जा रही है, रेट पर आवर क्यों बोला मैंने, क्योंकि नॉर्मली ये सारे के सारे ब्लू कॉलर एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं जो प्रोडक्टिव वेजेस में इन्वॉल्व हैं और वो नॉर्मली अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर हैं जिनकी पेमेंट प्राइमरली आवरली बेसिस पर होती है. तो इन इंसेंटिव मेथड्स की बेसिस पर जो उनका रेट पर आवर है, जो रेट ऑफ द वेजेस है, वो इंक्रीज हो जाता है और उस इंक्रीज के कारण दे आर एबल टू अर्न मोर. So it happens that if two workers are working and they both have the same level of efficiency or they have different level of efficiency, so these non-incentive methods does not give much importance to that, and they keep on giving same rate of wages to both worker A and B irrespective of their difference in efficiency. But these incentive methods they reward the efficiency of the worker and they pay more rate effectively per hour to more efficient workers, which prompts others also to increase their efficiency. So in a way, this incentive plan helps in saving much of the overhead cost of the business. So we will discuss, because there can be various methods of incentive payment. So we will discuss primarily two methods in this session, which we use the word Halsey premium plan. So this Halsey premium plan is one of the oldest and one of the most used incentive wage payment plans, but it is now being taken over by a better looking plan which is known as the Rowan plan. तो नॉर्मली इफ़ यू विजिट एनी इंडस्ट्रियल साइट, अगर आपके घर के आसपास कोई इंडस्ट्रियल ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस हैं, पार्क हैं, तो आप वहाँ देख पाओगे कि वहाँ पर अगर कई बार वर्कर्स की जब एम्प्लॉयमेंट होता है तो वहाँ लिखा होता है दैट द पेमेंट विल बी एज पर द रोवन प्लान और द हेल्थ प्लान, विच इन itself denotes that the payment is incentivized. And in these non-incentive methods, they are primarily the piece rate system, the piece rate system, and the time rate system. The piece rate system and the time rate system. So there can be other methods of wage payment also, but here we will be stressing primarily on two non-incentive methods, that is the piece rate system and the time rate system, and two incentives payment systems primarily known as the Halsey premium plan and the Rowan plan. So we will first discuss these piece rate systems. So as per the piece rate system, as per this piece rate system, the workers are usually paid wages in accordance with the number of units, number of the products that have been produced by them. So, so what is happening that we count the number of pieces produced by the worker, and those pieces are multiplied by the rate which has been determined in advance for payment of wages per piece. तो यहाँ क्या हो रहा है कि जिस तरह की इंडस्ट्री के अंदर क्वालिटी बहुत बड़ा इश्यू नहीं है, या कंपनी को लगता है कि हम क्वालिटी खुद कंट्रोल कर लेंगे, मोर इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इज दैट देयर शुड बी मोर आउटपुट, तो वेयर द प्राइमरी फोकस इज ऑन द क्वालिटी से ज़्यादा क्वांटिटी ऑफ प्रोडक्शन पे है, वहाँ पर वर्कर्स को ये प्रमोट करने के लिए दैट यू प्रोड्यूस मोर, बिकॉज इफ़ यू प्रोड्यूस मोर यू विल गेट मोर वेजेस। तो ये प्लान जो है ये वर्कर की एक इंटेंशन बढ़ाता है दैट दे शुड प्रोड्यूस मोर, एंड बिकॉज इट इंक्रीज, इफ दे इंक्रीज देयर आउटपुट दे विल गेट मोर वेजेस। सो इट इन अ वे उनको ग्रेडी बनाता है, उनको ये प्रॉम्प्ट करता है कि वो ज़्यादा आउटपुट बनाएं, जिससे कंपनी का इंक्रीज प्रोडक्शन का, इंक्रीज आउटपुट का टारगेट पूरा हो जाता है। बट इस सिस्टम का जो सबसे बड़ा पॉजिटिव है वो ये है कि कहीं ना कहीं इट हेल्प्स इन द प्रमोशन और द इंक्रीज इन द प्रोडक्शन और द आउटपुट। बट जो नेगेटिव है वो सबसे बड़ा ये है कि बिकॉज द वर्कर वांट टू अर्न मोर, सो दे वांट टू इंक्रीज द आउटपुट, इन विच मे समहाउ रिजल्ट इन रिडक्शन इन द क्वालिटी। So this system can be applicable and successful only if a proper quality management system is in place, so that only those pieces produced by the worker will be deemed as produced and eligible for wage payment which fulfill those quality standards. So whenever the worker is being paid as per piece rate system, he has to remember that no doubt more piece will means more wages, but the pieces will be counted only if they pass the requisite quality standards. So in a way, company will be able to achieve both the quality standards and also the enhanced output. ठीक, बट दिस पीस रेट सिस्टम इज क्वाइट इंडस्ट्री स्पेसिफिक। हर तरह की इंडस्ट्री में पीस रेट फॉलो नहीं हो सकता। ये पीस रेट सिस्टम वही फॉलो हो सकता है जहाँ पर आउटपुट डिस्क्रीट है, वी आर क्लियरली नो और वी क्लियरली अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज द नेचर ऑफ द आउटपुट। तो वी नॉर्मली presume and we normally see from the experience that this system is quite prevalent in semi-skilled और unskilled nature of output. जहाँ हायर स्किल्स की जरूरत है, जो स्किल्ड हैं या सेमी स्किल्ड में भी जो अपर लेवल के स्किल्स हैं, वहाँ पर पीस रेट सिस्टम फॉलो नहीं हो पाएगा, बिकॉज फॉर एग्जाम्पल इन सॉफ्टवेयर इंडस्ट्री you cannot pay as per the piece rate system, because it may happen that the worker, the engineer was working the whole day, but as such no output was there because he was just trying to solve certain algos and something like that. So यहाँ पर जहाँ आउटपुट डिस्क्रीट नहीं है वहाँ पर पीस रेट से ज़्यादा टाइम रेट सिस्टम फॉलो होता है। तो आप नोटिस करेंगे कि आज की डेट में ज़्यादातर इंडस्ट्रीज दे हैव शिफ्टेड फ्रॉम पीस रेट टू टाइम रेट, बिकॉज वर्कर भी इंटरेस्टेड नहीं है कि वो अपनी वेजेस के लिए आउटपुट पर डिपेंडेंट हो। अगर किसी रीज़न से आउटपुट नहीं आई तो उसे शायद वेजेस ना मिले, जबकि ही हैज़ पुट द होल डे टू द वर्क। So more and more companies are being shifted from piece rate to time rate system, where there are supervisors to get the work done from the workers, so that they don't become lenient on the account that irrespective of the output they will get the wages. So as per the wages under time rate system, the wages will be equal to the time consumed or the time worked, and this time worked will include the normal added time. So certain time is allowed to the worker for his day-to-day activities, for example lunch, washrooms, etc., and which will be not subjected to output, or as you should say उस टाइम की कोई आउटपुट नहीं निकलेगी, but for that time worker has to be paid. This time consumed will include such idle time, that is the time which is paid but no output is done, and this time consumed is multiplied by the rate. So if the time consumed is measured in hours, then it will be rate per hour. If the time consumed is in days, then it will be rate per day, or if it is in weeks, then it will be rate per week. So more the worker puts the time in the work area, the more wages he is going to get. So the worker will be working without any stress of the output, but it may also result in increase of the inefficiency because workers may become lenient on the account that they understand that more is the time consumed, more is the wage, and therefore they may always try to work slowly to get more wages. That is why this system has to be supported by an efficient internal control mechanism. ठीक है, बट हर इंटरनल कंट्रोल मैकेनिज्म इन एफिशिएंसी को सपोर्ट या सप्रेस कर ले जरूरी नहीं है. सो वी आर शिफ्टिंग फ्रॉम दीज नॉन इंसेंटिव प्लान्स टू द इंसेंटिव प्लान्स एंड विच आर एक्चुअली इन यूज इन industry in real life. So what these incentive plans do, that they always try to estimate the ideal time, the standard time which a particular product, which a particular output should be required to complete. Means एक कितना टाइम आइडियली एक वर्कर विद नॉर्मल एफिशिएंसी और विद एक्सपेक्टेड एफिशिएंसी को लगेगा एक प्रोडक्ट को बनाने में, और उस टाइम को स्टैंडर्ड टाइम दिया जाता है ना. So there is a concept of time and motion study where the ideal way of doing the job, that is motion, and the ideal way of doing that job will require a ideal time. So normally time, that is, and the way of working, that is the motion, is studied for various workers of the industry, and based on that time and motion study, a standard time is always estimated to complete a particular work. So we will show the standard time with the symbol S here. And this standard time is the basis on which wages are to be paid. So there is always a rate of wage which is fixed to pay the wages. So ideally, if we show this rate as R, so there should be S into R, that should be the wage. But we also measure the actual time taken, the actual time taken by a worker to complete such work. So this actual time taken, if we show it by T, then we compare this S with the T. If S is equal to T, it means the time taken was the standard, so there is no incentive as such. If S is less than T, it means the worker is taking more time than what was expected to be taken. Then we presume that the worker is inefficient. So there is no incentive first of all. Plus, normally the wage is paid for the time S. So the extra time is deemed to be wasted. And if the worker since insists on the payment of the T time, then normally such workers are replaced. But what we want, that S should be more than T. That is, the worker has completed the work in time less than the standard time. So when the standard time is fixed by the industry, they take into account the idle time, and they also take into account the margin of inefficiency or the margin of error. So the standard time should be fixed after duly taking into account the normal idle time and the normal level of inefficiency. Therefore, if the S is more than the T, means the worker has taken time less than what was expected, then it denotes that worker has improved on his level of efficiency. It is a special worker which has shown more efficiency than the normal efficiency standards or the normal margin of errors, and therefore such workers are paid incentive. Such workers are paid incentive on the time saved, on the saved time, on the time saved की basis पर उन्हें क्या मिल जाता है, incentive. So what is happening here, that this S minus T, it denotes the time saved, and this time saved entitles incentive for the worker, entitles incentive for the worker. I am again saying it entitles incentive for the worker. So when we have these two plans, that is the Halsey plan and that is the Rowan plan. So this Halsey plan says that is the total wages should be equal to the wage earned plus incentive, and this incentive will be 50% of time saved, यानी कि wages of 50% of time saved will be the incentive. So the total wage as per Halsey plan, normally known as Halsey premium plan, will be equal to the wage, that is the time taken into R, plus जितना आपने टाइम सेव किया S माइनस टी उसके 50% की wage, that is multiplied by R. So this will denote the wage, this will denote the incentive. So if I take an example here, that is the standard time to complete a work is say 9 hours and the rate is rupees 50 per hour and the actual time taken is say 7 hours. So the worker here will earn 7 into 50 as the wages plus जो टाइम सेव किया 2 घंटे उसका आधा और उसकी wage. So what is happening? The worker will get 350 as the wage and 50 as the incentive. So it will get 400 rupees for a work done of 7 hours. For a work done of 7 hours. So you will see here that when we follow the incentive plans, the effective wage rate, the effective rate per hour, that is the effective wage rate, is more than what a normal worker is getting. So normal worker will be someone who is doing the work in 9 hours. So that person will earn 9 into 450 rupees, but the rate per hour will be 50. Here the rate per hour will be 400 divided by 7. So if you calculate here, so this will be approximately rupees 56 पर आवर, अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 56 रुपये पर घंटा पड़ रहा है, 56 रुपीज पर आवर. ठीक है, आप कैलकुलेट कर सकते हैं. तो दिस विल बी, अगर और ठीक से निकालेंगे तो ये 57 ही बन रहा है पूरा का पूरा. तो अप्रॉक्सीमेटली 57 रुपीज पर आवर. तो यहाँ अगर मैं इसको बिठा के ठीक से लिख दूँ, this is coming out to be 57 rupees per hour. So if this worker works for the whole 9 hours, then effectively his wages will be more than what a normal worker will be getting. So normal worker will be getting 450 rupees, that is 9 into 50, because there is no incentive. But because of the incentives given, the rate per hour has increased from 50 to 57, and here the amount will be 513 rupees. So this worker has increased wages due to increased wage rate due to incentives. ठीक है. Now if we go to, I hope this is clear to all. Now if we go to the Rowan plan, so what is they are saying, that is here the total wages will be equal to obviously the wages plus the incentives. So the wages will be T into R plus the incentive will be जितने परसेंटेज टाइम सेव किया गया, द प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ द टाइम सेव्ड टू द स्टैंडर्ड टाइम. यानी कि जो टाइम सेव्ड किया है वो S माइनस टी है, और इसका प्रोपोर्शन निकालेंगे अगर स्टैंडर्ड से, तो इट शोज हाउ मच परसेंटेज ऑफ द टाइम हैज बीन सेव्ड. So more is the percentage of saving, more is the incentive. So whatever wages are yours, उन wages का इतना परसेंट और. तो अगर 9 घंटे में आपने 2 घंटे सेव करे, तो टोटल वेज का 2/9 और. तो जो लोग जितना ज़्यादा टाइम सेव करेंगे, दे विल गेट द मोर इंसेंटिव. सो दिस प्लान इनडायरेक्टली promotes efficiency. The more is the efficiency, more is the time saved, more is the incentive, and more is the effective rate per hour. Whereas in the health plan, the incentive was fixed irrespective of the efficiency, that is 50% of the time saved. So that is why, because the industry wants to promote more and more of efficiency, because if the work is done earlier than what was the expected time, then it will save huge on the company's overheads and also increase the effective production of the business. Therefore, the companies are not lagging to give more and more of incentive. They want to promote and incentivize, give more rewards to those efficient workers who are performing the work faster and putting a objective for other workers to achieve. So if I take this above example, the rate will be, wage will be 50 into 7 plus 2 घंटे आपने सेव किया आउट ऑफ द स्टैंडर्ड 9, तो जो टोटल वेज है आपकी उसका 2/9 एक्स्ट्रा. सो दिस विल कमिंग आउट टू बी कि 350 रुपीज तो आपकी वेज है बेसिक प्लस 2/9 ऑफ 350. तो अगर आप 2/9 ऑफ 350 निकालेंगे, तो दिस 2/9 ऑफ 350 is coming out to be 78. So this 350 plus 78, this will coming out to be 528 rupees. तो अगर आप इसको कंपेयर करेंगे हेल्थ से प्लान से, तो हेल्थ से प्लान में वेज 513 थी और यहाँ 528 है, तो खुद ब खुद ही इफेक्टिव आवरली रेट will increase, which will be 528 divided by 7. So that will come out to be approximately, that is coming out to be approximately 528 divided by 7. That is coming out to be approximately 75 rupees. You will see that the wage rate has increased. So this increased wage rate, और वहाँ यहाँ जो वेज रेट था, ठीक है, वो 57 रुपीज था क्योंकि आपने 50 रुपीज इंसेंटिव कमाए थे. यहाँ जो आपका इंसेंटिव है ये आई थिंक ये 428 है, मिस्टेक है थोड़ी सी. तो द वेज रेट विल बी, आई थिंक this will be around 62 rupees, sorry, but this is not 528, this is 428. So the wage rate जो वहाँ 57 था, तो हेल्थ से प्लान के अंदर जो वेज रेट 57 रुपीज़ था, वो रोवन प्लान में बढ़ के 62 रुपीज़ हो गया, बिकॉज इंसेंटिव जो वहाँ 63 रुपीज़ था वो बढ़ के 678 रुपीज़ हो गया. तो यहाँ अगर वर्कर 9 घंटे काम करेगा तो 9 into 6 करेगा, तो दिस विल बी 558 रुपीज़, जबकि नॉर्मली जो वर्कर था वो 9 घंटे में 50 रुपये के हिसाब से 450 रुपये कमा रहा था. तो दिस incentive resulting in higher wage rate, which will cause the worker to generate more wages as compared to a normal efficient worker, will prompt each and every worker to increase his cash to carry it to home by working more efficiently. So you are seeing that with piece rate and time rating system, efficiency of the worker is not rewarded, or in a way we can say the efficient and non-efficient workers are taken at par, which in a way promotes inefficiency. But whenever we shift to the incentive plans, whether it's a health plan or a Rowan plan, the more is the incentive, that is the Rowan plan, more incentive prompts more and more workers to achieve higher level of efficiency. So in practice, एक्चुअली में कोई नॉन इंसेंटिव प्लान इंडस्ट्री फॉलो नहीं करती. दे ऑल फॉलो इंसेंटिव प्लान, whether it's a health plan, whether it's a Rowan plan, or there are various other plans such as Taylor plan, Merrick plan. So one of the various incentive plans as seems suitable to the industry is being followed for the payment of the direct wages, that is the productive wages, that is the direct labor cost, which is the prime constituent of prime cost to the worker. So I hope this session was of much help to you and that will give you much requisite knowledge that you require for your exams.